Yo, guys, welcome back to the Red Pitch Podcast. Before I continue, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now, listen, Carabao Cup tonight. Arsenal have just beaten Brentford 1-0 thanks to a goal by that man, Reece Nelson. Now, went with a little bit of a different lineup today. Aaron Ramsdale back in goal for the Arsenal today. Outstanding performance. Can't really say Ramsdale put a foot wrong tonight. Made a couple fantastic saves to keep Arsenal in the game, and was relatively very comfortable. Very comfortable. Now we went with a back four of Jakob Kivior, Ben White, Gabriel, and Tomiyasu. And I must give an honourable mention. Tomiyasu played absolutely superb. I think he was the best defender tonight. He literally won every ball. He picked up his man well. He was picking up the spaces well. He was brilliant. He was excellent. And when he's in that type of form, it's tough for any attacking player to really get one up on him. He was brilliant today. So Tomiyasu, congratulations. Now went with a midfield of Smith Rowe, Jorginho, and Kai Havertz. Smith Rowe, so happy to see Smith Rowe finally starting the game. He had a decent game, a few chances. Had a nice chance where he weaved through the defence, shot with his left foot. The keeper saved it. It was a beautiful run, beautiful chance. But overall, it was a decent little game from him. Had a nice run out. Now, Jorginho, after his mistake against Spurs on the weekend, he knew he had to step it up. He had a decent game. Another player who seemed relatively comfortable in that holding midfield position. Played a nice few good passes. Just seemed comfortable. Didn't really seem to be under too much pressure. Kai Havertz, and I'm giving this guy chances. I wanted him to start today because I said, you know what, Havertz, he deserves, to keep going, keep trying. But today, I feel Havertz was awful. I honestly feel he was awful. I don't know how he managed to play the whole game. I don't think we'll see him starting against Bournemouth on the weekend. I think Vieira will come back in, but Havertz, he just, for me, he slows down the game too much. There was an opportunity where the ball was played into him, had a defender in front of him. He decided to cut it on his right foot, and the weakest shot you'd ever see. Uh, I don't know. I really don't know what Havertz is actually meant to be bringing to this team. I don't see any improvement. Um, his ball progression was really not that good. And yeah, I've got Geordie Dread messaging me about Newcastle beating Manchester City, so I know he's happy. But yeah, up front we went with Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, and we went with 19-year-old Sago Jr. Now, personally, Sago Jr. played on the right. I wanted to see Cozier Dewberry on that right hand side. I don't know how Sago Jr.'s got in ahead of him. To me, yeah, it's his first game, so I'm not going to say much, but he didn't look that great at all. I felt that Cozier Dewberry would have been a much better fit. As we know, he's like a Saka regen on that right hand side. He's a mini Saka, so I think we should have played him. Made a couple subs in the second half. Came on, El Neni came on, Gabriel Jesus came on, Odegaard, Zinchenko, and Cedric. Wasn't expecting to see him again in an Arsenal shirt. But yeah, I just think the second half we was absolutely poor. we was poor. It was all Brentford in the second half. They had all the possession, all the chances, and we looked very lackluster. Players just look tired, and half of these players haven't really been playing, and they just look knackered. So it's quite disappointing at half. Really disappointing. We were lucky to get away with a win. And listen, onwards and upwards, we're through to the next round. Hopefully, we get a decent draw, home tie this time. And yeah, on to Bournemouth on the weekend. Hopefully, we can get back to winning ways and pick up 3 points and just keep going. All right. So, like, share, subscribe. Cav from the Red Pitch Podcast. I'm out.